leadership from Questra World in London. I'd like to invite you to give ourselves a round of applause, if not a stormy ovation. Yes!
Veo mucha gente elegante, gente, señoras y señores muy bien ataviados. Thank you very much for to be here. It's a pleasure for me. Today we have people from different countries. Let me tell you, you are more than welcome.
Speaking in front of people. I couldn't have dreamt of doing this 10, 12 years ago. The imaginary bars, these walls around them that don't exist. I can't do this and I can't do that. Is there anybody in this hall, in this room, with an I can attitude? And we've got an I can attitude. Oh, there's a few of you. There's a few of you. Come on.
It's amazing. It's mind-blowing.
The training we had was absolutely fantastic. It's going to help us in a very long way.
We're really blessed to be here. And I'm very, very happy where I am right now, and I think the future is bright for all of us.
Buonasera signora, signore, benvenuto a questo primo leadership di Questra World.
Allora, qui siete in tanti, siete quasi 200 e direi che non siete soltanto in veste di persone fortunate di essere al posto giusto, al momento giusto.
Beh, allora la possibilità che è stata data per Questra World, secondo il mio parere, è quella di tutti hanno la stessa possibilità, cioè non ci sono ricchi o poveri che possano partecipare a questa azienda.
In me con Questra World ha cambiato la vita perché ho dato un'opportunità a tutte le persone che vogliono aderire a Questra World di cambiare la loro vita.
Questra World è una società che è strutturata in maniera perfetta. Cosa ha significato per me? Per me ha dato uno stimolo in più per migliorare la mia vita, quindi consiglio a tutti l'opportunità che offre Questra World.
Lavorare in Questra World è un'occasione unica che vi permetterà di realizzare la vostra libertà finanziaria.
Đây là hội nghị Questra Leadership lần đầu tiên tại Việt Nam cũng như tại châu Á với sự tham dự của 900 đối tác toàn Việt Nam.
Chúng tôi có một cái nhìn tổng quan hơn và có một cái niềm tin về tập đoàn hơn và cho chúng tôi thêm sức mạnh để cùng thành công với Questra.
Chúng tôi có mặt trong cái sự kiện Questra, tất cả mọi người có cơ hội gặp gỡ Questra
và được nghe những chiến lược phát triển. Chúng tôi rất là có niềm tin và chúng tôi đầy năng lượng.
Thank you for to be here in this academy, first academy in Vietnam.
Và đây là một cơ hội rất tốt. Trong 7-8 tháng vừa qua tại Việt Nam đã thay đổi tình hình tài chính của rất nhiều người Việt Nam. Và trong tương lai sẽ còn nhiều người nữa sẽ tham gia làm nhà đầu tư của tập đoàn Questra để có thể thay đổi tình hình tài chính của bản thân và gia đình.
Từ khi tôi tham gia Questra thì tôi đã thay đổi tình hình của tôi và rất nhiều người trong gia đình tôi cũng như các bạn bè.
Go go Questra! Go go Questra!
Go go Questra World.
Và tôi hy vọng rằng sau cuộc hội nghị này thì tinh thần cũng như niềm tin của nhà đầu tư vào công ty sẽ to lớn hơn và Questra World sẽ được nhiều nhà đầu tư chiếu cố và phát triển mạnh ở Việt Nam trong thời gian tới.
Leadership from Questra World in London. I'd like to invite you to give ourselves a round of applause, if not a stormy ovation. Yes!
Veo mucha gente elegante, gente, señoras y señores muy bien ataviados. Thank you very much for to be here. It's a pleasure for me. Today we have people from different countries. Let me tell you, you are more than welcome.
Speaking in front of people, I couldn't have dreamt of doing this 10-12 years ago. The imaginary bars, these walls around them that don't exist. I can't do this and I can't do that. Is there anybody in this hall, in this room, with an I can attitude? And we've got an I can attitude. Oh, there's a few of you. There's a few of you. Come on.
It's amazing. It's mind-blowing.
The training we had was absolutely fantastic. It's going to help us in a very long way.
We're really blessed to be here, and I'm very, very happy where I am right now, and I think the future is bright for all of us.
Buonasera signora, signore, benvenuto a questo primo leadership di Questra World Halifax.
Allora, qui siete in tanti, siete quasi 200 e direi che non siete soltanto in veste di persone fortunate di essere al posto giusto, al momento giusto.
Beh, allora la possibilità che è stata data per Questra World, secondo il mio parere, è quella di tutti hanno la stessa possibilità, cioè non ci sono ricchi o poveri che possano partecipare a questa azienda.
In me con Questra World ha cambiato la vita perché ho dato un'opportunità a tutte le persone che vogliono aderire a Questra World di cambiare la loro vita.
Questra World è una società che è strutturata in maniera perfetta. Cosa ha significato per me? Per me ha dato uno stimolo in più per migliorare la mia vita, quindi consiglio a tutti l'opportunità che offre Questra World.
Lavorare in Questra World è un'occasione unica che vi permetterà di realizzare la vostra libertà finanziaria.
Đây là hội nghị Questra Leadership lần đầu tiên tại Việt Nam cũng như tại châu Á với sự tham dự của 900 đối tác toàn Việt Nam.
Chúng tôi có một cái nhìn tổng quan hơn và có một cái niềm tin về tập đoàn hơn và cho chúng tôi thêm sức mạnh để cùng thành công với Questra.
Chúng tôi có mặt trong cái sự kiện Questra, tất cả mọi người có cơ hội gặp gỡ Questra và được nghe những chiến lược phát triển. Chúng tôi rất là có niềm tin và chúng tôi đầy năng lượng.
Thank you for to be here in this academy, first academy in Vietnam.
Và đây là một cơ hội rất tốt. Trong 7-8 tháng vừa qua tại Việt Nam đã thay đổi tình hình tài chính của rất nhiều người Việt Nam. Và trong tương lai sẽ còn nhiều người nữa sẽ tham gia làm nhà đầu tư của tập đoàn Questra để có thể thay đổi tình hình tài chính của bản thân và gia đình.
Từ khi tôi tham gia Questra thì tôi đã thay đổi tình hình của tôi và rất nhiều người trong gia đình tôi cũng như các bạn bè.
Go go Questra! Go go Questra!
Go go Questra World!
Và tôi hy vọng rằng sau cuộc hội nghị này thì tinh thần cũng như niềm tin của nhà đầu tư vào công ty sẽ to lớn hơn và Questra World sẽ được nhiều nhà đầu tư chiếu cố và phát triển mạnh ở Việt Nam trong thời gian tới.
Caros clientes e parceiros da companhia Atlantic Global Asset Management.
Good morning, dear clients
O meu
and
nome, como
partners
sabem,
of
é
Atlantic Global
Antonino
Asset
Vieira
Management.
Robalo.
My name,
Eu
as
sou
you know,
o
is
presidente da
Antonino
companhia
Robalo
Atlantic
Vieira,
Global Asset
and I am
Management.
the president of
Tenho o
Atlantic
prazer
Global
de
Asset
vos receber
Management.
de novo
I am
em Madrid
very glad to
na nossa
welcome you
nova
all
conferência
again
online.
in Madrid at our new online
Caros
conference.
parceiros,
Dear
hoje
partners,
quero esclarecer-vos o
today
desenvolvimento da
I wish
empresa
to
que foi aprovado e
inform you about
apresentado
the
a
development of the
vocês
company
na Conferência
as
Internacional em
was
Dubai,
approved and presented to
que
you at the
muitos
international
de
conference
vocês,
held
aqueles que
in
não
Dubai.
foram à conferência
Since many of you
e assistiram através da
did
transmissão
not
online.
attend it, or maybe you could
Hoje,
not watch
para os
it
clientes e os
via
funcionários, eu
online
apresento
broadcast.
mais uma vez
Today, for our
o plano
clients
de
and our
desenvolvimento da
employees,
empresa,
I
porque
will once
existem
more
clientes
present
que
the
não a
company's
compreenderam
development
totalmente
plan, since there are
e escreveram
customers
para o
who did
suporte
not fully
técnico
understand
para
it
receber
and
esclarecimento de
sent
dúvidas.
clarifying questions to our technical
Algumas
support team.
não entenderam totalmente,
Some
então
people
eu quero voltar
did not
para
fully
essa questão.
understand our concept as a whole, and this is why I would like to go
Vamos
back
voltar
to
para
the history of our
a
company.
conferência da Turquia em Antalya, em
Let's
27 e
go
28
back
de
to Turkey.
agosto de
The conference
2016,
held in Antalya
em Mardan
on
Palace
the
Hotel,
27th and 28th of
onde
August
passou
of
uma
2016
conferência
at the Mardan
internacional para
Palace Hotel,
parceiros da
where
Questra
we
World.
held an international
Este
Questra
foi o
World
primeiro
Conference
encontro
for partners.
oficial dos líderes
This
da Atlantic
was
Global
the first
Asset
official
Management,
meeting
Questra
of the
World
leaders
e
of
nossos
the
parceiros.
Atlantic Global Asset Management Company, Questra
300
World,
diretores
and
de
our
alto nível
partners.
participaram no encontro.
There were 300
Durante
high-level
2
company
dias, por
directors
4 horas,
in this meeting.
discutimos
For
e
2
apresentamos
days, with a duration of 4
nossas
hours,
inovações.
we
Ao
discussed
longo da
and we
conferência,
explained and presented
havia muitas
and
perguntas
analyzed
e
our
sugestões
innovations.
de
Throughout
representantes
the
de mais
conference,
de
there were
18
many
países.
questions, many suggestions from
Para
representatives
atender e ouvir
from more than 18
pessoalmente os
countries.
parceiros, decidiu-se organizar reuniões adicionais.
In order to personally attend to the partners, we decided to organize
Durante a
additional
promoção,
meetings.
tivemos 2 reuniões privadas
This is
com os
how,
parceiros das
during
empresas
this
de alto nível.
Conference, we had 2 private meetings with
A
high-level
27
partners
de
of the
agosto de
company.
2016, às
On
7
the
horas,
27th of
o
August of
diretor executivo
2016
da
at 7
AGAM,
o'clock
Andrei
in the
Andreevich
evening, the
Abakumov,
Chief Executive
encontrou-se
Officer of
pessoalmente
AGAM,
com 8
Andrei
parceiros
Andreevich
em iate.
Abakumov, personally met
Havia
with 8
5
partners on a
parceiros da
yacht.
Alemanha,
There
da
were
Áustria,
5 partners
da
from
Rússia
Germany,
e da
1 from
Ucrânia.
Austria, 1 from Russia,
Foi a
and 1
primeira
from
reunião
Ukraine.
privada.
This was the first
A 28 de
private
agosto,
meeting.
às 18 horas, a segunda
On the
reunião privada foi
28th of August
realizada
at 6
na
p.m.
sala de
We
negociações
had
do
the
hotel,
second private meeting
antes de
held in the
jantar de
hotel's
gala.
meeting room before the gala
Havia
dinner.
13 parceiros do Cazaquistão,
There were
do Cazaquistão,
13 partners
Rússia, Polónia
from
e Ucrânia.
Kazakhstan, Russia,
O
Poland,
diretor
and
executivo
Ukraine.
José Manuel Gilabert
The Chief
era da
Executive
Questra.
Officer, Mr. José
O
Manuel
diretor
Gilabert,
executivo Andrei
was from Questra
Andreevich
World.
Abakumov
The
e
Chief
eu
Executive
éramos da
Officer,
AGAM.
Andrei Andreevich Abakumov, and myself went there from AGAM.
Nessas reuniões, nós recebemos ofertas de
During
melhoria
these meetings,
da companhia
there were
que iriam
suggestions for
facilitar o
improving
trabalho
the
dos
company
clientes.
and
Muitas
for
dessas questões
facilitating
foram
the work of our
enviadas
clients.
para o
Many of
suporte
these
técnico
suggestions were
dos nossos
sent
clientes principais.
to us
As
through the technical
propostas
support
foram as
teams
seguintes.
of our main clients.
Os parceiros
The
da
proposals were
Turquia
as
pediram
follows.
para fazer
The partners from
o
Turkey
suporte
asked
dos clientes dos países europeus e
a
asiáticos.
support
Os
to
clientes da
clients
Rússia
from the
precisavam
European
de
and Asian
contas e
countries. They wanted to
portfólios em
provide the
dólares
support
para
themselves.
poder
The
trabalhar sem
clients from
conversão,
Russia, they needed
bem como para criar novas
dollar accounts and
condições para o
portfolios
trabalho
in order to
com
work
os
without
clientes VIP para $1 milhão.
conversion as well as they needed new conditions for working with VIP clients above $1 million. Clients from Austria and Kazakhstan requested to issue cards for withdrawals from ATMs in their country. Clients from Germany asked for the creation of simple working conditions by means of the opening of GAM offices in Germany, thereby obtaining a local license for financial activities in their country. Ukrainians wanted the issuing of interest-free loan. Clients from Kazakhstan requested to start working with legal entities and to create conditions for replenishment and withdrawal of funds through local banks. Dear clients, I have documented and taken note of everything, of all your suggestions and the names of the directors that presented them. In line with your request, the development plan of Atlantic Global Asset Management for a period of 5 years of operation between 2016 and 2021 was finally established on the 16th of November of 2016. This plan was registered in the company's development declaration, and it was presented to all the clients at the Questra World events, such as, for example, the second tour leadership event that was held between the 19th of November and the 11th of December in Germany, Russia, Kazakhstan, and Ukraine. The presented plan consisted of 4 main steps. The first one is the first development step for the period 2016-2017, and it was the beginning of the work with individuals, including the implementation of some of the clients' proposals that were addressed to us in August in Antalya. First of all, we implemented and solved the issue of the customer support problem for customers from European and Asian countries according to the client's proposals. This is how we presented information on each of our improvements to our clients in our new private offices. On the 22nd of March of 2017, we connected and translated the site and office into 9 new languages. This is how the website and the office is presented in 13 languages, and in the next 2 months we will be adding 6 more languages. These include Japanese, Malay, Korean, Ukrainian, Javanese for Indonesia, and Telugu for India. After this, on the 14th of April, we established a technical support team with a staff of 23 people, serving clients in Chinese, Vietnamese, and Malaysian languages. In a private meeting in Antalya, clients from Russia asked us to make dollar accounts and portfolios for them to operate without any conversion. Until then, we had only been working with euro. This is how, on the 6th of February of 2017, we connected dollar accounts and portfolios for everyone, giving clients a new choice. This is to work with euro or dollar. Dear clients, I have taken note of all the dates for the presentation of your proposals, so I know exactly who, when, and what was requested. On the 29th of August, before a gala dinner, I discussed with the client the implementation and the creation of new portfolios for all clients. This is portfolios with higher value for clients with capitals of more than $1 million, in order that these customers could work more conveniently. We have realized and implemented your proposal on the 12th of February of 2017. We have created and presented new special portfolios with values ranging from $1 million and $5 million. A year ago, you asked us to create plastic cards so that you could freely withdraw your profits through ATMs in your cities. At that time, we had a partnership with EcoBank, and especially for you, we released the first and appropriate Visa Atlantic Global Asset Management plastic cards. On the 4th of December of 2016, during the event called Leadership of Questra World in Russia, the Chief Executive Officer of Questra World, José Manuel Gilabert, personally, officially handed the first cards for the best directors of the company. Besides, the cards were handed to partners from Ukraine, Germany, and Kazakhstan. Unfortunately, those cards, due to the limitations and services, they were not really the best choice for our clients, and this is why we suspended their issue. But all the cards that were released are working and operating, and our clients are freely using them and are still withdrawing their profits with them. We have registered and included in the development plan of our company for the next 5 years. We have registered and taken note of all of the suggestions that you presented in Antalya. We notified you in the declaration submitted in November. We have now completed the first stage of the implementation of our plan and strategy, and during 3 months, starting on the 25th of May, we started to implement the second stage, including the expansion of the company and the opening of new representation offices of AGAM. Let me explain more in detail the process of the company's expansion in your countries and what actions and activities we are taking. The expansion of the company in your country means establishing all of the infrastructure consisting of 3 important successive processes. From the 25th of May, we started to create in each country a separate subsidiary of AGAM in order to conduct in each country separate work in order to implement everything that you have requested, and we have opened an AGAM representation office in your country. The infrastructure establishment includes 3 steps. The first one will be the registration and opening of a subsidiary company of AGAM. The second one will be the acquisition, the obtention of a local license to operate and do business in your country. The third stage will be the opening of accounts in local banks for a subsidiary company. We need to implement these 3 stages in each country and develop them in order to give you and offer you what you have requested. I now wish to tell you more in detail what you will be receiving after the completion of the establishment of the infrastructure, because at the moment the company has 2 types of clients. This is individuals and legal entities. The first type of clients are individuals, legal persons. This is you, our clients. The value of your capital, the capital of individuals, ranges between $100 and hundreds or thousands of dollars. After the expansion of our company and the opening of representation offices in your country, you will be able to freely replenish and withdraw large sums of money of up to $100,000 and more from your account through your country's bank. For now, without the established infrastructure, you can only make small transactions ranging between $5,000, $6,000 through your bank. In the future, you will have the opportunity to withdraw and deposit in your AGAM accounts by means of the ATMs of your city, because this is what you have requested. This is a great opportunity for you to withdraw your money, your profits, through AGAM plastic cards from our Atlantic Bank or from your local bank.
Este é novo nível. O serviço de pagamentos online
This is a new level, a new stage.
Para vocês, através do qual
online payment service will be available to you, and this is how you will have the opportunity to directly pay for your purchases in stores, utilities and other services through your personal AGAM office. And most importantly, after the completion of the second stage, you will have the opportunity to fully benefit from the use of interest-free loans. Let's now move to legal entities. This is large corporate clients, companies, investment funds, businessmen, industrialists, artists, athletes, politicians, officials, and other clients who wish to invest in AGAM in amounts of $50, $100, $200 or more million. After the expansion in their countries, they will be able to carry out unlimited transfers for amounts ranging between $10 to $200 million through their bank. This means that those of you who own a business will be able to freely deposit, replenish your accounts by millions of dollars through your bank and buy any portfolios you may wish, withdrawing your profits through the same bank. We are very interested in these investments, mainly because corporate clients' investments exceed all payments of individuals by tens of times. At the moment, we cannot open a representative office of AGAM in your country without the changes and the established infrastructure that I have just explained. Because our former system is not perfect. Let's look at a simple example to explain this. For example, if you live in Kazakhstan and you wish to replenish your AGAM account through a bank, with $100,000, for example, in order to buy a VIP investor portfolio. Let's look at this example. You go to your bank and you tell your bank, well, I wish to make a bank transfer. Dear customers, any bank shall reply that the transfer of funds above $10,000, especially $100,000, is not possible, since this is considered as an international transfer to the Cape Verde Bank, and this amount would be considered as the withdrawal of money and transfer of money to a foreign country. So this transfer will be denied, and the same applies to corporate clients and transfers of a value, for example, of $50 million. Our AGAM company has no problems there. We are ready to accept your $100,000 in a Cape Verde bank, even $50 million from a corporate client. But the local regulators and the national banks in your country do not allow you to make an international transfer. I wish to stress that this is regarded as the withdrawal of capital and the transfer to a foreign country, and this is controlled and regulated by the financial regulators of each country. The same applies to the receipt of funds. You cannot go to your bank and receive your profit, for example, of $30,000, which we will transfer to your bank account. This cannot be done. Your money will be frozen and you will be investigated as to where you got the money from. Let's now see how the solution has been developed by our lawyers through the new or newly established infrastructure, which realizes your suggestions in each country. Let's go back to the example in Kazakhstan. After the registration and the opening of a subsidiary company of Agam in Kazakhstan, and after the obtention of a license from the local state regulators to operate in the country, the banks of Kazakhstan will freely open accounts for companies in its banks. This is how all individuals and legal entities of Kazakhstan will have the possibility to operate under a contract, not as a foreign Agam company in Cape Verde, but as a subsidiary Agam company in Kazakhstan within the country. And now, when you go to the bank to make a transfer of funds to your account in Agam, this transfer will be considered as a transfer within the country to the account of the subsidiary Agam company, but it will not be regarded as a transfer abroad. At the same time, our subsidiary Agam company in Kazakhstan will transfer your funds in the value of $100,000 or $50 million to the main account of Agam in the Bank of Cape Verde, after which your money will appear in your personal office. The withdrawal of profits is carried out in the same way. Firstly, the Agam company transfers the money to the accounts of the subsidiary Agam company in Kazakhstan, and the subsidiary Agam company in Kazakhstan will transfer your profit to your account in your bank, after which you will freely withdraw money from your bank or withdraw it from any ATM in your country by using the plastic cards in your country. This operational structure is absolutely legal and it is permitted in any country of the European Union and the CIS. Starting from the 25th of May, we have started to implement this new plan and to establish the infrastructure in 13 countries of Europe, Kazakhstan, Turkey and Ukraine. All the European countries are using single legislation, as you know, and this is why putting together all the countries where we are currently expanding, such as Germany, Austria, Belgium, Switzerland, Slovakia, France, Czech Republic, Estonia, Poland and Greece, we can use a single word: Europe. The clients from these countries requested us to open representation offices in each country after our meeting in Antalya. If we look at the development of the Agam company in Europe, Kazakhstan, Turkey and Ukraine, we will confirm that we have been working for more than 2 years in these countries, and it is now the time for us to start expanding in these countries and establishing a new infrastructure. In other countries, such as China, Russia, Vietnam, India, Malaysia and others, we have been working for a short time, between 1 year and 6 months, so it is still early to make changes there. They are not ready yet, and firstly, it is necessary to create all of the conditions for the implementation of this first stage, with the development of simple conditions for the work of individuals. Dear clients, you are asking us to start expansion in your countries, but I wish to tell you that in 2017 we will not be expanding to other countries until the work is completed in Europe, Kazakhstan, Turkey and Ukraine. All the other countries will work as they did before without any changes.
Nós não podemos realizar tudo de uma vez.
Because we cannot implement everything at once. And this is why in 2017 the expansion will be implemented only in 13 countries. And now I would like to talk to you about the third step of the development plan of AGAM. This is the opening of our own bank, Atlantic Bank, between 2017 and 2018. We promised you about this in 2016. This is why on the 29th of March of 2017, our representative told us in detail about how we would be developing our bank, how it would be working, and how we will be benefiting from it. This was already reported in our conference in Dubai. I will not go into the details of the development of the bank because this information would take us at least an hour and a half. But please watch the online conference from 29th of March in Dubai, in which we explained all the details about the bank. Just for you to see the perspective, the philosophy, and the actions that will be taken in this direction in the coming year, let me show you a chart with our timelines for our actions. During the second and third quarters of 2017, we will implement the submission of documents, registration of the company, and we will be obtaining the permits and licenses. This is exactly what we are doing now and what you can see here. At the end of 2017 and by the middle of 2018, we will implement the whole system by establishing an infrastructure as a bank, and this will include the hiring of staff, the renting of premises, the opening of a data center, and the obtention of licenses and permits from fintechs. Dear clients, in 1 year, in June of 2018, our bank will be fully operational. All this takes a lot of time, licenses, permits, and much more. But by doing this, we will reach an absolutely new level. We will be more respected and we will be earning more. And now for the last step, the fourth one, between 2019 and 2021, during which we will be fully devoted to the opening of the network of Atlantic Bank branches. At this time, representative offices of AGAM will be opened in each of your countries, and we will have a huge number of satisfied clients. Therefore, this stage will be the easiest one to implement.
No momento, já forneci todas as informações que vocês me pediram para explicar.
For now, this was all the information that you asked me to clarify to you, but let me say a few words about something which is important. The expansion of the company and the obtention of all the documents is a slow process. We know this. Solving all these issues, all this bureaucracy is always a long and slow process due to that bureaucracy. This is something that will always happen in any country. But in addition to this, I wish to ask our clients not to try to help us or speed up the solutions to all of the issues and problems. Please do not try to help us because sometimes this becomes perverse and only complicates our process. Let me give you a specific example. In order to keep our clients informed about our work, we recently showed you the registration documents of a company in Kazakhstan. You may remember that, where the founder's name of a GAM subsidiary was shown. The clients from Kazakhstan tried to find this person, they found this person, they found where she lives, and they began to visit her every day. In the evenings, they went to her house every day to find out how things were going and when the company was receiving the documents, etc. Our founder, a woman who has a child, due to this situation, due to the fact that clients were going to her house at 10 o'clock in the evening every day. They would phone her and wait for her near her house. Due to all this, as I say, she felt under pressure and left. She refused to work in these conditions. This is why we had to start all over again. We had to again register the company, and we needed to present new documentation with a different person. Therefore, I want to address our clients and once more ask you not to try to help us in this respect, because we have professional lawyers who are being paid for doing a very good work. Dear clients, please be patient, because everything will be resolved. We have been working for many years. You need to have a little patience and understanding, because it's necessary to understand that financial organizations operate slowly. Once more, I wish to thank you, and I hope to see you in the next presentation. Thank you.
Đây là hội nghị Questra Leadership lần đầu tiên tại Việt Nam cũng như tại châu Á, với sự tham dự của 900 đối tác toàn Việt Nam.
Chúng tôi có một cái nhìn tổng quan hơn và có một cái niềm tin về tập đoàn hơn, và cho chúng tôi thêm sức mạnh để cùng thành công với Questra.
Chúng tôi có mặt trong cái sự kiện Questra, tất cả mọi người có cơ hội gặp gỡ Questra và được nghe những chiến lược phát triển. Chúng tôi rất là có niềm tin và chúng tôi đầy năng lượng.
Thank you for to be here in this academy, first academy in Vietnam.
và đây là một cơ hội rất tốt. Trong 7-8 tháng vừa qua tại Việt Nam đã thay đổi tình hình tài chính của rất nhiều người Việt Nam, và trong tương lai sẽ còn nhiều người nữa sẽ tham gia làm nhà đầu tư của tập đoàn Questra để có thể thay đổi tình hình tài chính của bản thân và gia đình.
Từ khi tôi tham gia Questra thì tôi đã thay đổi tình hình của tôi và rất nhiều người trong gia đình tôi cũng như các bạn bè.
Go go Questra! Go go Questra!
Go go Questra World!
Và tôi hy vọng rằng sau cuộc hội nghị này thì tinh thần cũng như niềm tin của nhà đầu tư vào công ty sẽ to lớn hơn, và Questra World sẽ được nhiều nhà đầu tư chiếu cố và phát triển mạnh ở Việt Nam trong thời gian tới.
Leadership from Questra World in London. I'd like to invite you to give ourselves a round of applause, if not a stormy ovation. Yes!
Veo mucha gente elegante, gente, señoras y señores muy bien ataviados. Thank you very much for to be here. It's a pleasure for me. Today we have people from different countries. Let me tell you, you are more than welcome.
Up speaking in front of people. I couldn't have dreamt of doing this 10-12 years ago. The imaginary bars, these walls around them that don't exist. I can't do this and I can't do that. Is there anybody in this hall, in this room, with an I can attitude? Have we got an I can attitude? Oh, there's a few of you. There's a few of you. Come on.
It's amazing. It's mind-blowing.
The training we had was absolutely fantastic. It's going to help us in a very long way.
We're really blessed to be here. And I'm very, very happy where I am right now, and I think the future is bright for all of us.
Buonasera signore, benvenuto a questo primo leadership di Questra World all'Italia.
Allora, qui siete in tanti, siete quasi 200 e direi che non siete soltanto in veste di persone fortunate di essere al posto giusto, al momento giusto.
Beh, allora la possibilità che è stata data per Questra World, secondo il mio parere, è quella di tutti hanno la stessa possibilità, cioè non ci sono ricchi o poveri che possano partecipare a questa azienda.
In me con Questra World ha cambiato la vita perché ho dato un'opportunità a tutte le persone che vogliono aderire a Questra World di cambiare la loro vita.
Questra World è una società che è strutturata in maniera perfetta. Cosa ha significato per me? Per me ha dato uno stimolo in più per migliorare la mia vita, quindi consiglio a tutti l'opportunità che offre Questra World.
Lavorare in Questra World è un'occasione unica che vi permetterà di realizzare la vostra libertà finanziaria.